Eh, oh, here we go again. You know, last year I just felt like there was a spirit coming after the families because the family is the foundation of a civilization. Marriage was the first institution established by God. And we don't understand the importance of family. Not brand, not facades, family. Here's another tragedy. What the heck is going on? We have to repent ASAP.
Also just confirmed that Barbara Deere and Kaleb Deere were both found shot. Police say Barbara was shot 3 times in the chest. Kaleb had 1 gunshot wound to the head. Barbara was the widow of former Cook County Commissioner Dennis Deere. Kaleb was his son. Dennis died in 2024 at the age of 51 following a double lung transplant due to a genetic condition in which his chest organs were backwards.
Devastated. I'm at a loss for words. I'm overwhelmed. My kids and Barbara's kids grew up together.
Last night, after a well-being check, Chicago police found Barbara in the home, shot 3 times in the chest. Her son, Kaleb, was found with 1 gunshot wound to the head.
You never know if someone's just still mourning from the loss of something, and you also don't know what families are going through. So we're trying to be supportive, if nothing else.
Barbara Deere was the executive director of Juneteenth, Illinois. We spoke with her at last year's celebration. The president of Malcolm X College worked with Dennis Deere on Juneteenth, Illinois at Malcolm X, and worked with Barbara when she took over for her husband.
We were looking forward to this year, and I was just devastated. It's hard to understand what's going on in life today.
You know why? You know why I'm sad by all this? Because mental health is so important. It's one thing, it's a taboo subject matter in the Black community. And the YNs. The YNs had a privileged life. And we coddled them too much. We did. And we emphasized education and working. And somehow we left out God. I didn't. I always told, my kids can tell you, I always taught them about Black history, about where they came from. I never taught them white is right. I never wanted to live in a predominantly white neighborhood. I'd rather it for either be all Black or mixed. Okay? I've always emphasized being proud of yourself and doing the right things. This is what. But some Jack and Jill Negroes missed the mark. They missed the mark. This is heartbreaking. A son kills his mom. Okay? Because they both were grieving. They both were grieving the loss. She was grieving the loss of her husband, but she can always get another husband. But a child can't get another father. He can get steps, but he can't get another father. And we ignore, and sometimes we're helpless. We don't know how to help our children when they go through mental things. And that's when you gotta just turn it over to God and ask God for the creative way to help your kids. Sometimes you need to call in reinforcement. There were enough men in the community that could have reached out to this boy, but they're too busy, pontificating online, watching sports, hanging out with their concubines, and or male concubines. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're just too busy trying to be great, try to be wonderful. Yet and still, our YNs need us. This is sad. When I say sad, I can't take another story. I can't take another story. This is unacceptable.
But this is a loss, a big loss.
Today, the losses were honored by moments of silence at both county and city hall.
It's very troubling. I wasn't able to sleep last night. I feel very sorry for the children, his daughter who was away at school.
Commissioner Michael Scott Jr. shares his family was close.
Now, a young lady's entire family, immediate family, is wiped out because of disease and now murder, suicide. My God, when you think your situation is bad, there's somebody else that's got it worse than you.
With the Deer family.
They were pillars in the North Lawndale community for years and years, and just wonderful friends and family of faith.
Commissioner Scott knows the added burden of losing a loved one in the public eye with the death of his father, Michael Scott Sr., in 2009.
It to be so public is something that is hard for family to go through. I've experienced that, and my heart breaks for them.
She had just become a grandmother. Her first grandbaby, a little girl, and the people closest to Barbara Deer said she was glowing. You know that light a new grandmother carried?
Yo, it's a soror. She's a soror. Jesus.
That, let me show you the pictures energy. That, come sit on my lap so grandma can hold you. Energy, that was her. 51 years old, executive director of Juneteenth, Illinois, speech-language pathologist,
Soror,
sorority
soror,
sister, widow, yes,
Jesus.
But a woman who had decided she wasn't going to let grief take the rest of her. She was walking her block, organizing events, loving on that new baby. And then on a Tuesday evening in April 2026, somebody walked into her home in East Garfield Park and found her gone. Shot multiple times. Inside the house she built with her family. Her 23-year-old son was found in that same house, also gone. And the handgun the Chicago Fire Department pulled off that scene belonged to the same story that ended both their lives. This is the story of Barbara Deer and her son, Kaleb. And before we tell you how it ended, we're going to tell you who they were. Because let me tell you something.
I can't. I'm going to link this video. I am distraught. I'm distraught. I gotta go.